G'day fellas, got a kit unboxing today. We've got an Academy 135th M-18 Hellcat. Okay, so we're looking at a US World War II vehicle. Okay, so you can see by the box art there, there's some Germans in the background. And it says here it's a 50th year since 1969. So whether this is just an old kit and it's a reboxing, I'm not too sure. But what made me buy this kit, okay, the guys who know me know that I just despise rubber tracks, full stop, whether they're DS tracks, vinyl, just Tamiya tracks, whatever. Is I just won't use them. I just don't like painting with them. That's probably the main reason why. Okay, and so that's what made me buy this kit, is because it comes with Indie Link tracks as well as the option of a rubber band track. So, and then I think personally, with the price of the kits that these companies are charging in today's world, I mean, you can pay anything excess of $100 for an armored vehicle or any model these days. It's not hard. So if you're going to charge that much, you know, add that extra in, give that option, add some Indie Link tracks in there. Okay, I don't think it's really going to hurt your budget. So let's have a look at the box. Okay, so we've got a cutaway version, or whoever the modeler was did a cutaway version, just to show that you do get a some interior details in this vehicle. It says you get a fully detailed interior of transmission, highly detailed hull, turret and bogies, and it even says on the side here, choice of one-piece flexible tracks or individual injection tracks, and plentiful accessories. Okay, so if you don't use them all, you're going to have a heap for the bits box. And just on the two short sides of the box, you've pretty much got what's on the front of the box here, so there's no need to show you that. And on the side, there's some photos of the completed model of what it can look like if you choose to do it this way. Okay, so there you go. And the kit number, if anyone's interested, is 13255. Okay, so by Academy, and that's it. And it retails for around about $55. This kit here in Australia, it's give or take, depends on where you go. And on the back of the box, there's nothing to show. So we're going to crack this box open. Right. So on top, first thing you're greeted with is the instructions and all these things, and the only reason being is I've already opened up the box and just pulled these out just to make it easy so I can show you. These are normally down the bottom of the box underneath all the parts. Okay, so you can see the boxes for an Academy model, you know, you do get quite a fair bit, and these are quite easy to build. So if you are new to modeling and you don't want to tackle the, you know, the 1200 parts full interior builds, or just the over-engineered models that some of these companies are coming out with, this will be something good to start off with if you know. And it does seem to look all right in the parts wise, but we'll have a better look in a second. And then we got the usual paperwork by Academy. We have a guideline for beginners, just what kind of tools, how to use them safely, and things like that. So Jen, if you are new to modeling, do read the instructions, have a quick glance through it. Just don't be a typical male and just go, you know, she'll be right, and then and just wing it and then make mistakes and hurt yourself. So that's that sheet there. And then we got some check with parts list before unsealing. So yeah, so before you unseal the bag, what they're saying is just so you do get, you know, I don't think you're trying to rip them off, have a look, and if there are any missing parts or sprues, you know, get in contact with Academy, and you know, probably take a photo of the issue there and then send it with an email, and they'll probably fix you up. And the instruction book itself, alright, we're going to open it up, and I think, yep, this is a booklet style. Okay, so, and some more safety, or what the logos mean within this instruction book. Read this before you begin, and it just says basically read the book read the instructions before you start, and all the general safety requirements. Plastic bags, you know, with children and all that sort of stuff, just throw them away, and all the other jazz that you normally get. And also says here you can download the latest instructions of a version of the instruction manual for this model by using academyhobby.com, clicking the link for instructions and download, and entering the item number. Okay, so it'll be the kit number, which is 13255, and then you'll get the instructions for this. That's also quite a nice touch for by Academy. Alright, so step number 1, looks like we're straight into the transmission, okay, and the seats. That's one page there. And looks like we're building more of the interior. Okay, so what do we got? So just all these other interiors, and tells you here interior hull overall flat white. Okay, so it does give you the color guide on here. And talking about the color guide, okay, for some reason on the box it doesn't really have it. Academy normally has their colours on the outside of the box, but let's have a quick flick through this. I mean, I'm just filming this as we go. Like, I've never really looked through this book, and it doesn't really seem to give you a colour guide of what paints you need. So I mean, we can do this together, I guess. Hopefully you're watching this video before you buy the kit and go out and buy all your paints, or unless you got lots and lots and lots of paints, you'll be sweet. Alright, so number 2, like I said, number 3 and 4, there's more of the interior. So it says here metallic grey and gold. Alright, so whether you paint them gold or use a brass colour, it's up to you. Alright, number 5, looks like we're building the rear of the vehicle, so we've got some tools here as well. And then whether you choose to glue these tools on the back plate and then paint everything together by hand, you know, whatever you do, whatever your painting style is. You know, I'm not going to tell you how to paint this thing. It's the way you sort of assemble this and glue it or paint it is entirely up to you. Alright, so but they're giving you colours here: light brown, metallic grey. What other colours we got here? Nothing as yet. So for here, alright, so and then he's putting all the suspension and all the running gear together. Your guide, the support rollers, and then we've got step 7. We've got road wheels. Okay, so road wheels. You've got poly caps as well in this kit, and we've got it tells you to assemble the drive sprockets. Alright, so in here, this is where it comes in handy. It tells you how to assemble the tracks. Okay, so if you're using the rubber band tracks to glue them together or to join them together, they're telling you to get a hot screwdriver, heat them up, and then melt the pins in so it forms a plug. And that's the other way, one way. And then individual tracks, it's telling you to use glue. Okay, if you're going to use the individual tracks and you've never built tracks before, there is a video on this channel, and it's building the Tamiya Panther G tracks. They're Indie Link tracks by Tamiya. The way you assemble these tracks will be the same way you assemble that. So I'll put a link in the description down below. So if you're not sure about tracks, you can click on that and then watch that video to give you a better idea how to assemble the tracks for armored vehicles. All right, so and it tells you here. So this is a live tracks. They'll be taught. I don't think there'll be much track sag at all in this on this tank, I should say. Alright, so that's 7, 9. We're building. Okay, so they're actually giving you details from underneath the hull, which is cool. I don't think you're going to see it, but if you're going to model it so it's opened up or whatever, you've got that option there. Okay, so these are your headlight guards. So it looks like they're 2-piece plastic. You've got to make 2 of those, so there's going to be 4 parts in total. Headlight assembly and all the details on the upper hull. Okay, so there's the lights, What else you got? Just more armor and ports and things like that. Alright, so there's that. And then your rear hatches, sorry, not your rear hatches. This is your driver and your gunner, machine gunner hatch on the front. It's just more hatches and more vision blocks going in. Okay, so there. Step 13, we've got the fenders, or not the rear fenders, the rear mudguards. That's what I'm going to call them. That's the right one and the left one. And that looks like some of the actual gun itself for the interior. And then the seat, there you go, there's another colour they're asking you to put in there, is khaki. And inside of the turret, all the seats. Alright, all the traverse mechanisms and handles and stuff going in here. Number 17 and 18. Now we're assembling looks like we're assembling the turret itself. Okay, so it is a 2-half turret with not too many pieces going on the outside. And don't forget, you've got the options here if you really want to add more strength and more strength to the model and the rails. You know how flimsy some of these rails can be. There's the option to use wire and solder them together and glue them in that way, or you can use super glue. It's up to you. Or you make them out of stock styrene if you decide to damage one by accident. 22. Alright, so it looks like the 50 cal on top. And that's actually looking quite busy on this model. So for an Academy model, I think looking at it already, it's actually going to turn out to be quite a nice build. And number 24. Okay, so we get all the towing points going on. More of the side. Oh, it's a tiny bit of the. What's it? Tiny bit of the front. Just a bit of armor there to protect the drive sprocket a bit by the looks of things. And that's optional, I'd say. Hook A or hook B. So there's your options. Alright, so hook B is here and hook A. Alright, so down here they're telling you you've got, or they're giving you an option. And also it looks like there's an option here for the cover. Okay, so on this page here, so the question mark's optional, so that's optional. As you see the diagram here, or the photos down below, you got the cover here, or the mantlet cover is it called, or not too sure what it is, but yeah, it's for the mantlet, and there's one there without it. So we go to the next page, page 20, or step 25. There we go. Looks like we've got on the ammo boxes and all the ammunition cases, things like that. And down the bottom it says use extra accessories as you like. Okay, so you get all these options from stowage to jerry cans, all the tools, you get rounds and all sorts of stuff. Alright, on here, and then we've got painting and decal placement. Alright, so body colour is olive drab. That's from, it says France on September of 1944. And then we've got Germany on December 1944. It's body colour olive drab. So it's, OD is the colour that you're going to paint this on the exterior. And on the very back of the instruction book we have the sprue map. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, because there's 2 of those. There's 8 sprues in this, and the whole will be separate, so it's normally 9. Alright, so not a lot of parts here, so let's look inside the box. Alright, so we have sprue C and sprue G. Okay, these were in one bag together. So if we're looking at the rear plate, oh, I think it looks like the front plate, I'm not too sure on this vehicle, but we're looking at one of the plates here, and I think it's the rear. And then you can see here there's a little bit of raised detail surface, and it shows you where to put the shovel. Okay, so you can always sand that off and then glue the shovel on later, and do get some spare, or not spare, but like a, right there, this is going to be a spare track section. So hopefully they leave you enough extra individual track links in the kit off the sprues, so you could maybe make one as well, because I don't know, I just don't think it's just one piece. Okay, so you know, it's up to you how you do it, but when I eventually do build this thing, you know, that's the choice probably I'll end up taking, is seeing how many extra track links you get in the kit, and the options there, I'll end up making my own extra on top of that. And here are, looks like the barrel. Okay, so you got two barrel options, the short version and a long version, and we've got some of the fenders here. Most of it looks like it's raised detail. Okay, so it's raised detail, and also on the mud guards. But you know, there's some, the injector pin marks are pretty bad on the back here, but you're not going to see it, especially here. Like you see how you see them there. So if you want to fill them in, you know, sand them back a bit, so you're not sort of worried about fit issues and things like that. It's probably something that I'm going to have to consider. Alright, and the Sprue G, we got the upper hole. Alright, so it doesn't seem too bad, and once again you can see on the side here you've got recess. Hopefully I can move it so the light picks it up, but you can see details where the axe and it looks like a hammer will go on the side of the vehicle. Alright, nothing on the other side, but the rivet detail, I mean, I don't really know much about this vehicle, guys, so I'm not going to say, well, no, there's not enough rivets on here, and I'm not definitely no rivet counter, so I can't tell you if the detail's correct or if you're going to add your own, because I don't have any books on this vehicle and I don't really know much about it, like I said. So if you want to super detail it, it needs more detail, you know, you can always make your own rivets and add stuff on there. Alright, but the mantle itself and the cover, like the can, looks like, I think, a canvas cover maybe, looks quite nice on here. Alright, so I mean the details, it's okay, guys, it's not a bad. I'm not gonna shoot this model badly. It looks alright. And the next bag we have Sprue B, and we also have, okay, so it looks like we've got Indie Link tracks, Lincoln Length, sorry, and these are Sprue F. All this was in one bag. Okay, so we're going to look at the tracks first. Alright, so I mean they do look better, but I think on this other part that was some kind of, if I get the other sprue back with the tracks, looks like some kind of mounting or the housing or something for it on here. Okay, so they do look different to the tracks here, so right, so that's probably meant to be. But tracks themselves, guide horns are there. Whether it's supposed to be hollowed out, I'm not too sure. Okay, so there are the tracks. Sprue A. This, okay, so this is the accessory sprue that I'm talking about. Alright, so here we have jerry cans. There looks like the machine gun ammunition boxes here. Alright, so we've also got shovels, some stowage, some nice stowage, and we have just hand tools like axes, hammers and things like that. We also have rounds with big nasty mold lines on the side of them, so you have to clean them up on the side here. And I don't, yeah, and they're on the round on the shells as well, so some mold lines to get rid of there. But the wood detail on these wooden crates, actually quite nice. Hopefully I can bring it in and get the light that shine in there. Okay, so if you like painting wood and you like making plastic look like wood, I think this will be fun. Okay, so some more stowage there, so you get a fair bit of accessories to add on this vehicle. And I think I think more kits, more manufacturers should be adding sprues like this into their models. Like, it's, I don't know, I just think it'd be a nice touch just to add that bit of nice extra detail to every model that you buy. Alright, so looking in the next bag, we have Sprue D and Sprue H. Alright, so these look like, okay, so this is the floor of the interior. Okay, so some nice recessed, no, it looks like a bit of raised and a bit of recessed detail here for the floor hatches. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And the floor hatches there with some nice plating detail. See that? No nasty flash. And what I've noticed too on this model, there's hardly any flash on the parts. Okay, so I mean, that's pretty cool. And oh yeah, and then caught my eye just then, made in Korea 1997. Okay, so look at the year that's on this sprue, and there's no flash. I mean, that's pretty cool. All right, so there's more checker plate detail here on this part. Now it looks like the radio. There are some details. It looks like that's a transmission there, maybe. All right. Some gauges and things like that. And then we got the turret ring, basically the turret basket. You can see the floor. It's weird how they've done that. It's just, okay, it's going to be interesting. See what we do here. There's a turret ring. Let's start the gun breech and everything like that on the sprues here. And there's actually like leather texture on these seats. I mean, so far the detail, it hasn't disappointed me at all. Like, it's there. It's not just plain old glossy OD plastic. And then we look at another bag, and this one here has the poly caps inside. Alright, so these will be for your wheels, so don't lose these. And then we got these two sprues here, so there was three sprues in this bag. So this is all for the wheels, like for the wheels and the running gear. So there's all running gear. And once again, guys, there is no flash on these parts that I can see. Wow, okay, it's so I'll show you one sprue, but you can see there, if you're looking on a big screen, like you're looking on a computer monitor or on a high definition television screen, sorry guys, television screen in your lounge room, and just minus my boxer scratching yourself in the background. So yeah, if you're watching this on a big screen television, I mean, you can clearly see that there's no flash on these sprues or any of these sprues that I've shown you so far. So make your own mind up. You know, is it going to be worth the $55 Aussie that I paid for this? And you're going to spend that money for your own collection. I mean, I'm not just, so far I haven't been disappointed. So far, thumbs up. Alright, so we're going to have a look at the next part. And we have finally, out of all the bags, we have a bathtub style hole. Okay, you can see it's not very big compared to some of the models I've built in the past. We got the rubber band tracks. Here. On this little runner here, you just clip them off and away you go. We got, looks like they give you a rope here for a tow cable or something like that. Alright, so I'll probably end up not using this, and I'm going to go with the brass photo wire that I normally use, which is this stuff. Alright, that's what I normally use for tow cables and things. So that'll be going to bits box for God knows what. Alright, but getting back to the lower hull, most of the stuff's already molded into it. So alright, so we got where the suspension, all that joins in. There's a little piece that you're going to have to cut out here. Okay, so that's probably for the escape hatch on the bottom. But that's it. There's really not much to it, guys, on this part. And what's it say here? It just says 135th M18 Hellcat made in Korea. That's what it says. And then there's some raised details of some ammunition rounds on the side. Okay, so what you do there is up to you. If you got heaps of spare ones laying around and you want to scratch build something in there, and it's something that's a possibility as well. So finally, in the box, we have all we have left are the decals. Alright, so we're going to have a look at those, and I'm going to carefully lift them out just in case any moisture's gotten them, which is good and hasn't. Alright, so we're going to zoom in. Alright, so here, 1997, Academy Plastic Model Company, printed in Korea, is what it says down the bottom, and it's 135th. We've also got some pin-up girl work on here. These decals are kind of glossy. They don't look too thick. I haven't built an Academy model for quite some time now, so I really can't remember what these decals are like, but they seem to be not cracked or anything. Right, they seem, I don't know, it's really hard because they're white decals. I really don't know if you can see them. I'm just trying to, there you go, trying to show you without putting too much light on it. But there aren't too many, so you're not going to be spending a lot of time doing decals, and most of these are quite large, so they're going to be pretty easy to handle. Alright, so that's it, guys. That's what's in the box of this M18 Hellcat by Academy. So I hope you liked the video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget the description or the link for how to build Indie Link tracks, or just plastic tracks in general, are going to be in the description down below. Have a great weekend, guys, and as always, thanks for watching and supporting this channel, and I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye bye.